Ranger Super Duty is a new model that will only be sold in Australia and New Zealand, and it fills the gap between utes and American pickups, or even light trucks. For example, it can tow as much as a Ram 1500 and has the same GVM of a Hino 300. The exact numbers are later in the video. It is coming to Australia and New Zealand in 2026, with versions to be released gradually. They will be available to order in late 2025. It won't be sold in the United States because Ford F-Series trucks cover that market well. Ford Australia, who designed the Ranger and Everest, developed this ute specifically for local conditions. Because it will mainly be sold in Australia and New Zealand, to keep costs down, it will be manufactured at the closest major Ford production plant, which is in Thailand. The next 4 facts are about models and trims. They will be available as single cabs, 2 seats, biggest tray, super cab, small back seat storage, and double cabs, 5 seats. They can come as cab chassis to suit a tray or utes with a tub. There will be both a base version and an XLT version. The XLT will have special alloy wheels, more comfort, and more tech. The next 7 facts cover capability and performance. It will tow 4.5 tons, much more than standard utes, which have a maximum of 3.5. At 4.5 ton towing capacity, it matches the big American pickup truck towing capacities. The GVM, or total legal weight of the vehicle and whatever it is carrying, will be 4.5 tons, which means a bigger payload than every other ute. In fact, it is more than a Hino 300. Even with the high GVM, you can drive it on a car license in Australia, although New Zealand will require special checks. The total weight, or GCM, of the ute and a trailer can be 8 tons, so you can't utilise the full towing capacity in GVM because that would equal 9 tons. Either way, it's a lot more than other utes. It will use the same 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine that the current Rangers and Everests are running, although it will be tweaked, possibly with better cooling. The engine of course meets emissions requirements of Australia and New Zealand. You can do manual DPF regenerations, which can be handy if you're a farmer that doesn't want to start a fire in your paddock. It comes with a permanent 4-wheel drive mode, so no 2-wheel drive. That is very different to the rest of the work spec utes on the Australian market. It has a big 130 litre fuel tank for long distance drives, or so you can worry about filling up your tank less if you're using it for work. 4 chassis and suspension facts. It has a specially built extra strong frame underneath. It will have heavier duty suspension parts. It will use tougher axles which are needed for the heavy work in towing, front and rear locking differentials. Finally, 3 facts about technology and features. Optional onboard scales can tell you how much weight has been loaded into the back. Optional smart hitch works with the scales to help you set up your trailer correctly, and it includes many of the same smart features and driver aids found in the regular Ranger. So, Ford made the Ranger Super Duty because they realised some people needed a ute that was stronger and more capable right from the factory. Think of it like this: some jobs are tougher. People in mining, farming, or emergency services often need a truck that can handle really heavy loads and tough conditions. Regular Rangers might not be enough, just like other utes. The standard Ranger is great, but for really demanding work, it might need extra upgrades. Ford wanted to make it easier. Instead of people having to add a bunch of aftermarket parts themselves, Ford built a Ranger that's already super tough and ready for hard work. Think of it as a beefed up Ranger. It has stronger bones, the frame, tougher muscles, suspension and axles, so it can pull and carry heavier stuff. It's like the Ranger's bigger, stronger cousin that's built for serious work, but still easier to drive and park than a huge truck. Ford probably wouldn't say this directly, but it seems like they also made the Ranger Super Duty because in Australia and New Zealand, for touring setups and tough jobs, people often use uncomfortable 79 series Land Cruisers, huge fuel guzzling American pickup trucks, or even regular utes that have been changed to carry more weight, which might not be ideal or feel safe. Ford Super Duty could be a more comfortable, appropriately sized, and properly engineered solution for these needs. The estimated drive-away price, based heavily on the fact that it competes with the Toyota 79 series Land Cruiser, American pickup trucks, and even trucks like the Hino 300, is estimated to be between $85,000 to $95,000. The onboard scales for the rear work by using special sensors in the rear suspension that measure how much suspension is being squeezed down by the weight in the tub or tray. A computer reads these sensors and, based on how the truck was designed and calibrated, tells you the estimated weight on a screen or by changing the brightness of the taillights. The Smart Hitch uses sensors built into the part where you connect the trailer. These sensors measure how much the trailer is pushing down on the ute, tongue weight. The ute's computer tells you this weight and might even give you advice on how to load your trailer and rear tub or tray properly for safer towing. Instead of having only 5 or 6 bolts holding the wheels on like a regular car or smaller truck, the Ranger's Super Duty uses 8 strong bolts for each wheel. This makes the wheels much more securely attached to the car so that they can handle the extra weight without coming loose or breaking. That was 30 facts about the new Ford Ranger Super Duty, why it was created by Ford, the estimated drive-away price, and how the weirdest features actually work.